What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and in today's video I'll be giving you my preview / prediction of the Group A match between Senegal and Netherlands. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Woo! I'm hyped. The World Cup is back, baby. Senegal versus Netherlands will be played on November 21st at the Al Tumama Stadium. This match will come one day after the opening match between Qatar and Ecuador, teams who are also part of Group A. Let's talk a bit about how each team qualified for the 2022 World Cup. Senegal are making only their third World Cup appearance after making an impressive debut in 2002. They qualified by topping CAF's second round group and defeating Egypt on penalties in the third round. As for the Netherlands, they qualified for their 11th World Cup by topping UEFA's World Cup qualifying Group G ahead of Turkey and Norway. Senegal are currently managed by Aliou Cisse, who's been at the helm since 2015. He was also their captain at the 2002 World Cup, where the Lions of Teranga made a magical run to the quarterfinals. They went unbeaten in a group which had holders France, Denmark, and Uruguay, and dismissed Sweden in the round of 16. They did lose to Turkey via the golden goal rule. Remember that? That 2002 performance is going to be very hard to top, but where there's a will, there is a way. Back for his third stint as the manager of the Netherlands, Aloysius Paulus Maria van Gaal, better known as Louis van Gaal, will look to snatch gold at the 2022 World Cup after picking up bronze in 2014. You know they say third time's the charm. The men in orange have made the World Cup finals on 3 occasions, losing every time. Could this be their year? Great question. Now time for the legend appreciation post. For Senegal, El Hadji Diouf. The former Liverpool and Bolton forward made 70 appearances for Senegal, scoring 24 goals. He dazzled at the 2002 World Cup with his guile and trickery, and is notorious for being a very controversial figure. For the Netherlands, Frank Rijkaard. The former Ajax and AC Milan player represented the Dutch between 1981 and 1994, earning 73 caps, scoring 10 goals. He also went on to manage the national team, helping them get to the Euro 2000 semi-final. Senegal and Netherlands would definitely do well with the help of players like El Hadji Diouf and Frank Rijkaard, but we could only reminisce. Let's talk a bit about the head-to-head between the two teams. This will be the first ever meeting between Senegal and the Netherlands, and this tells me we could see history in the making. So let's talk a bit about Senegal and Netherlands form going into the World Cup. So Senegal's opening game will be against the Netherlands, then they play against host Qatar, followed up by the match against Ecuador. But what happened in Senegal's matches before they came to the World Cup? So they played a friendly day against Iran in a 1-1 draw. Bolivia 2-0. They drew a game against Mozambique there. That's a COSAFA match, so I don't know how much weight that one actually holds. But let's talk about the official Senegal team. So you could see there AFCON qualifiers against Rwanda 1-0. Senegal beat Benin, and this was the World Cup qualifying game in which they qualified for the 2022 event, where they beat Egypt after extra time via a penalty shootout. So they did lose to Egypt there in the first leg, but bounced back. So it's fair to say that the reigning African champions have been in very, very good nick all 2022, only losing, let's say, once against Egypt in that game, and doing very, very well, scoring a lot of goals and performing at very, very high levels. So Senegal are definitely a dangerous team that Netherlands cannot afford to take lightly. For the Netherlands, they're coming off fresh from the Nations League. If we click the Nations League group stage here, we could see that the Netherlands topped their group ahead of Belgium, Poland, and Wales. So they've been in very, very, very good form. And since Louis van Gaal returned to the team have been trending in an upwards direction. So that's a feather in Netherlands cap right there. We know they missed the 2018 World Cup. They're back, and they're definitely back with a vengeance. So 1-0 versus Belgium, 2-0 versus Poland, 3-2 versus Wales. They did draw that game against Poland there, beat Wales, beat Belgium there again, drew against Germany in a friendly, and 4-2 versus Denmark back in March. So they've been doing very, very, very well in 2022, I have to say. And they're one of the teams to watch. High expectations have been placed on this Dutch team, especially coming back at the World Cup under Van Gaal. The last two events, they placed second and third. Could they do one better and go home with gold? It's left to be seen. But we know that they're in very good form and they cannot ever be underestimated in any game. Let's talk a little bit about some players to watch for both Senegal and Netherlands. So let's start with Senegal, who are managed by Aliou Cisse, of course. And the first player that I have on my list is Sadio Mane. So we'll have to go down towards the forwards and talk a bit about Sadio Mane, who will miss the World Cup. So this have definitely been updated, where Sadio Mane have been removed from the list of players, which is pretty cool because, I love this article on the Guardian that shows all the teams, the players, and all that good stuff, man. So definitely check it out on the Guardian. So look, Sadio Mane not in the squad, withdrawn, and I think this would be a big miss, and this would have a huge knock-on effect on Senegal's chances. As I should say in better words, this would have serious repercussions on Senegal's chances of getting out of this World Cup group. I'm not saying that there's not capable players in the team, but they haven't come into the tournament with the reputation that Sadio Mane has. Losing Sadio Mane is like Argentina losing Messi. It's like Portugal losing Cristiano Ronaldo. Most importantly, it's like Poland losing Robert Lewandowski. I think that's a much better comparison. But look, Sadio Mane, man, it's going to be a big miss. He's their talisman. He makes things happen for Senegal, and him not being there, I think somebody else would have to step up. And that player, well, those players, in my opinion, it has to be Ismail Assar, who's listed here as a running machine, and Bamba Dieng, who just possessed this really good swagger about him. Plays for Marseille, and he's had a good year and a half or so. And with those players mentioned, the midfield, Idrissa Gueye. Idrissa Gueye is definitely a player that I think will marshal the midfield and who would make things tick, win back a lot of balls, and just push the ball forward for Senegal. And big man in the back, the captain, man, Kalidou Koulibaly. He used to be world-class. I don't think he's world-class anymore since he went to Chelsea. He's been a bit so-so. But for the Senegal national team, best believe he's a rock at the back. And he has to be a rock at the back, especially how Edouard Mendy has been playing lately for Chelsea. So we talk a bit about Edouard Mendy. He's one of the players to watch as well. He has to keep things simple. He has to be decisive. He can't try the fancy stuff and try to try to dribble like a Brazilian or anything. No, keep things simple. Get the ball away if you're being closed down. Else we could see some comical stuff happen at the World Cup here from Edouard Mendy. So those are the players to watch from Senegal, in my opinion. Let me know some of yours in the comment section down below. Players to watch from the Netherlands. Look, first and foremost, Remco Pasveer. He's a late bloomer. He's 39 years old, and he made his debut when he was 38, which is nuts when you think about it. When you look at their crop of keepers here, you wonder if they couldn't have brought some better keepers, right? I don't know too much about Bilio, and I don't know too much about Noppert, but Remco Pasveer is Ajax's keeper, and he has done a good job since he took over, I think, for the last couple seasons from Onana, who was banned. So Pasveer, definitely, guys, he could be an Achilles heel, or he could either rise to the occasion and prove his critics wrong. But at the ripe old age of 39, it's not really important for a keeper, but still, it is a talking point. Look, Virgil van Dijk, man, with Pasveer in goal, Van Dijk and De Ligt. These two players are players to watch for me. I think these are the players that's going to be starting at the back there for Louis van Gaal, and they have to be on their A game. You see what I mean? Tess De Ligt just moved to Bayern Munich from Juventus. He's done reasonably well, and Van Dijk has been so-so for Liverpool this season, which is very uncharacteristic of the big man. But he is still world-class in my opinion, and will need to be at the World Cup for the Netherlands. We move and we go into the midfield there, man. Look, Frankie de Jong, I think, is the man that's going to run the show in the midfield. I know you have De Roon and Berghuis that could help out along with Davy Klaassen, but Frankie de Jong is the man. It lists there that he's the key midfielder, and I think he's going to need to bring his A game if the Netherlands are to progress deep in the tournament. Talking about de Jong, let's talk a bit about some goal scorers. Look, when you talk about the player that carries this Netherlands goal scoring burden on his shoulder, it's Memphis Depay. Literally everything goes through this guy when it comes to the Dutch national team. They're going to need him fit and firing and ready to take on the likes of Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar. But with Memphis Depay, they come two very unpredictable players. And I think Cody Gakpo is a player that could definitely be one of the breakout stars at this World Cup. He's been doing well for PSV. He's garnered interest from many big clubs around Europe. And I could see him being that wild card player that could make something happen off the bench if he doesn't start. Look, Noah Lang. Noah Lang is another player, plays for Club Brugge. He's been injured lately, so his form is not like it was, let's say, last couple seasons, but I think he's something special and can definitely surprise. Look, guys, you're seeing Vincent Janssen there. Remember him from his days at Tottenham Hotspur? How he made the team, I don't even know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But look, these are the key players for Senegal and for the Netherlands. And now for your favorite section, fun facts. For Senegal, none of their 8 World Cup matches have ended goalless, which simply means there will be goals. As for the Netherlands, they are the only team to ever reach the World Cup semis 5 times without ever winning the cup. How disappointing, right? Guys, now it's time for me to give you my prediction here. Senegal versus Netherlands. This is a huge game. If Senegal managed to walk away with something from this match, it would throw the group in disarray, because you're going to have one of Ecuador or Qatar picking up a result, or maybe a point apiece. Or let's say there's a draw in this game, everyone going to the second match with a point apiece. Makes things very, very, very interesting. So Senegal needs something from this match. This is by far their most difficult game on paper. And for Netherlands, the same. So I think it's important for both of these teams to start well. Which one of these teams are going to walk away with a W, if any? Guys, you look at Senegal, right? Coming into the tournament as AFCON champions. They qualified for back-to-back World Cups for the first time in their history on the strength of players like Kalidou Koulibaly, Abdou Diallo, Sadio Mane, Bamba Dieng, Ismail Assar, and co, right? But before the World Cup, they suffered a huge blow. And I really think that Sadio Mane's absence is going to have a huge knock-on effect on Senegal's chances. I did predict Senegal to get out of their group. In second, I predicted the Dutch to top the group. And with Mane's absence, I think someone else would have to step up and say, hey, Sadio is not here. I'm going to represent for him, and I'm going to bear that burden of being the talisman, right? Who's that player going to be? It's left to be seen. Who's going to score the goals? Because look, Boulaye Dia and guys like Famara Jeju have struggled in past tournaments to actually score on a regular occasion. It has to be like player like Sadio Mane step up and do something, right? They're going to have to be clinical against a very good Dutch team. Defensively, midfield, and they attack with their big strikers like Wout Weghorst and Luke de Jong, Memphis Depay. They're going to be very dangerous. Even Cody Gakpo possesses a lot of height. So, and they're very pacey. So it's going to be a good contest between Senegal's stamina and pace, and the pace of the Dutch as well, and their strength. But look, with Louis van Gaal back, just, was dealing with some cancer as well. This is his last World Cup. He's 71 years old. He would look to ride off into the sunset in glory, basking in glory. Guys, if Sadio Mane was part of this Senegalese team, I think they would have really put up a good fight against the Dutch here. But I'm afraid to say the Netherlands are going to win this game 2-0. And I think they're going to do it fairly easily. Sorry to say, but I think they're going to go out there and play some very attractive football, go and score twice, and they're going to handle Senegal's attacks with ease. Sorry to say. No disrespect to Senegal, but without Mane, they just a cobra without venom. basically. So guys, there's my prediction. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. And now time for the question of the day. Do you think Senegal stand a chance of advancing to the knockout phase without their star player, Sadio Mane? Let me know in the comment section down below. Because me personally, even though I predicted them to get out, I'm now having doubts. For Senegal, their next match will be on November 25th against the host Qatar, while on the very same day, the Netherlands will take on Ecuador. So guys, there you have it, my preview / prediction for the Group A match between Senegal and the Netherlands. Make sure to go check out all my other previews. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Yeah, baby. Yeah. The World Cup is back. Oh, too extra there, right? I know. All right, it's done.